You're watching the Tesla Life, live with your host, Mark Coughlin.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tesla Life number 446. Here we are on the 14th of January, 2026. And with me, as always, my two co-hosts, Mr. Casey Green, joining us from somewhere in the Mid-Atlantic. How you doing today, sir?
Doing all right. I realized that there was a whole bunch of nuts on the table, and this wasn't an advertisement for these nuts. So it was a warm day today. The solar lasted till about 7 on the battery for the computer room, so that was nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Very good. Speaking of solar, Mr. Patrick Connor joins us from the West Coast. How are you today?
I'm good. Hello out there, Tesla Nation. And yeah, we've got 4 or 5 sunny days here in a row and getting some kilowatt hours. It's pretty nice. And I'll give more details when it's all wrapped up, but I signed up for a community solar program, and I'm really looking forward to that. I have no more room on my roof, and now that electricity is our car's fuel and it's our heating fuel, I need a few more kilowatts, and community solar was a great way to do it. So yeah, stay tuned for more. I don't want to talk about it too much until I actually know that it's working and I see my first credit on it, because then I'll know for sure that, okay, it's not just, it seems too good to be true. But anyway, hold that for later. I'm glad to see you all. It's going to be a fun show.
Indeed. Yeah, we went from 31 Fred to 80 and back.
Man.
And back again.
Global weirding.
Yes.
And it's snowing here, so there you go. Fun,
keep
fun.
that right up there.
Keeps us waiting for the Winter Olympics, which are coming up soon. So looking forward to that.
And Lee was first in the chat today.
All right.
Very good. Very good. First story I want to talk a little bit about was an announcement on FSD. Elon has indicated that a month from today, you will no longer be able to buy FSD outright. You will be confined to renting the version at that time. So I guess that if you wish to buy it for 8,000 US, 11,000 Canadian, you can still do so for the next 30 days. But after that, you're going to be out of luck.
I want to give us a pat on the back because I went back and I looked, and 242 episodes ago, almost 5 years ago, a month before the subscription even came out, we on this show predicted this. It was our first topic, so you can go back and look at episode. What did I say it was? 202. Yes, and you'll hear us say that. Okay, when they roll this out, they are going to eventually remove the ability to purchase it. And it's not going to happen until they're really close to having it done, which if that part of our prognostication holds true, then it's coming soon. So anyway, that was pretty good on our part.
Yes. I don't even know if the word enshittification had been invented yet.
It's a good book. Everyone should read it.
It came. It comes for us all.
So at this point, eliminating the buy it once and hold it for the life of the vehicle, it kind of solves a couple problems that Tesla has been having with FSD for people that buy it. And that is, of course, people being upset when they can't transfer it to a new vehicle immediately after something happens, a crash, or they get another vehicle and they would like to move it. This, of course, will eliminate that because you'll be on a monthly plan. And
do they hate loyal customers? Because every time they do some crap like this, that makes it so you don't want to buy a new car.
Well, no. So I mean, like Mark just said, they offer transfers when they want to pull that.
Yeah, when it helps them. Yeah.
Right. So if you do have a crash and that's an untimely, not during one of their lever pulling windows, then you're out of luck. and you just
Not
lost
only
it.
that, but
I mean,
now depending on how much they're charging that month, you're gone to the wind to somebody who's got a second-rate technology.
True. It is something that, again, we knew that the FSD platform, when they were offering it as a buy-all price, they were looking to collect money up front to help them with development, right? They were looking to finance some of the work that was being done to make it happen. But as time wore on, the owners of those packages certainly became vocal, even during conference calls or meetups, where they were saying,
shareholder meetings.
You allowed me to buy this. You said it's for life for this vehicle. If I've gotten in a car crash, no fault of my own, why am I stuck with losing this? You know, and then there was the you've taken this long to get to FSD. You've taken this number of years. I haven't been able to use it as you had indicated it would eventually be. And now you're going to take it away because I can't upgrade to a new car on your schedule.
Right.
So there were a number of flaws in it. And I see this as a way that Tesla can, one, get reliable income that they can bank on, saying, you know what, every month we're going to bring in X amount of dollars, roughly, plus or minus. And another problem it will eliminate is this problem where owners are saying, you gave it to me for life. I can't use it for life. I haven't been able to use it at the beginning. I should have some compensation based on that.
Or at least, you know, let us buy a car when we can afford to buy a car instead of when Elon needs a little bump in his pocket.
And of course, this doesn't completely eliminate that because there are a number of owners out there that still own it. Okay, so we're going to have that issue going forward. But like some of the other older cars, those will peter out as time goes along. So Tesla's going to have to walk on the balance bar for a while. But eventually, I see them doing what they've done with the older models, is that they're just hoping that after 8, 9, 10 years of ownership, people are going to just move on.
Right. So the other problem this solves is, let's say, for example, it's not until AI5 that they have the hardware required, cameras, the inference computer, to be able to do this properly. That means everybody that has hardware for AI4, AI3 has to be upgraded. And that has to be done on Tesla's dime if they've already paid for it. Now, if they need a hardware upgrade, but they're going to get a subscription, maybe there's some deal where they say, oh, you have to do it for 1 year or 2 years or whatever, just like cell phone plans are, right? You sign a contract, you get the hardware for free.
Could do it that way, yeah. But today it's like, hey, buy the computer and then you can subscribe.
True.
So they get a double bump today.
Yeah, they might even still just keep doing that. Yeah. And
then the other thing, of course, is that it may be great to, I think, because when FSD was at $100, or which it is basically now a month, the break-even point for $8,000 is about 8 years. Yeah. So a lot of people were weighing that, going, am I going to have my car for 8 years? Am I not going to have my car for 8 years? So they're making choices based on that. And that is a misnomer as well, because of course we knew when FSD first came out, they were charging close to $200 a month. So there was, when it went on subscription initially, it was a higher amount. And of course, there's nothing stopping them from saying 2 months after February 14th that now we're at $150.
Nothing.
And that is something that people are going to have to comprehend as well. So with those things that we know and don't know at this point, my question to the both of you is, if you didn't have FSD currently, would you buckle down and buy it before 30 days is up, or would you sit out and just wait to be a monthly customer? What would your thought be?
I can't afford the monthly hit. I'd buy it.
So I'm actually considering buying it on our Model 3, because we bought it on our Model 3 when we got the car, or soon after, actually, when it went on sale. We bought it with enhanced autopilot, and then they had this FSD for only $2,000 more, and I'm like, how could I not do that? So a few months after we got the car, I got FSD on it. And then when we bought our Model Y in 2023, I transferred it. So now we have this Model 3 that does not have FSD, and I have a month to make the decision. And one of the reasons I specifically when we were getting our Model Y, I waited until hardware 4 was available because I did not think hardware 3 was going to be adequate. And now I'm not even sure if hardware 4 is going to be adequate. Probably, I don't know.
Yeah, it's decent. I don't know if it's going to be. You can trust it by itself. Yeah,
right. It's not yet a completely solved problem, so I can't say whether or not this will be good enough.
Yeah.
But I know 3 is not good enough. And yes, they're going to come out with 14 Lite, and they're going to try to push it as much as they can to make it work. I don't think that'll be possible. I think there will be hardware upgrades required at some point. So what I don't know is how long I'm going to even keep the 3. We love the Y. It gets driven significantly more than the 3. So when it's no longer available, will that increase the value of my car if it has it? Because today it's undervalued by the market significantly. But if it's not an option you can buy later, will the market recognize it more? So would I end up getting my money back?
If you sell it after FSD is real to normies, if you sell it just because you can't rent it and you can only rent it now, I don't know that would add to the value at all. But
right.
if people are used to the people pods or the robotaxi or whatever, and you're like, hey, we've got 15 on here or 14 Lite or whatever, just you can't sleep on it, but you don't have to baby it. Then they'd be like, oh, yeah, I'll pay for that. Right.
Yeah. So that's the dilemma I'm going through right now. Is I'm probably not going to do it, but I don't know. I might. We can check back next week and see if I made any decisions.
Right.
So of course we're going to turn that same question over to the chat room, and the people that are watching the video is put it in the comments. What would you do? Theoretically, if you did not have it, you knew you had 30 days to step up or wait, what would you do?
Well, it's not really.
Does it make sense?
It's real.
Does it make sense to you to purchase it, or does it not make sense and you'd rather just rent it when you can?
One thing that I do kind of like about this is it's the people who believed in it before it was real are the only ones who could get this deal. And since it's closing in 30 days, it's not quite there yet. It's not like we have robotaxis all over the country. There are in a couple select areas, but you still, it's a leap of faith. And so I hope if you take it, I hope you're rewarded for it.
Indeed. And so Lee brought up, he had his answer, but he also had a good point before he made his answer, that they're probably pushing folks to leasing. And yes, I agree with that. And
leasing the cars or... Oh yeah, lease the car
and then you lease FSD with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether you lease it at the same time or you just rent it month to month, but I think this already answers our question. We'd speculated on whether or not you could buy Optimus or Robotaxi, at least in the beginning. I'm gonna say no based on this.
Yeah. Right.
And then Lee's answer for whether he would buy it, he almost bought it, and I've been subscribing, but decided not to a few weeks ago. I think FSD will vastly improve on AI5 and greater, so buying it for hardware 4 doesn't really make any sense. And I hope
Lee and I are very much in the same line of thinking.
I hope this is the end of Elon pretending not to understand when people ask him about giving us a license per person per car, and just grandfathering us all into that. I mean, like, hey, thank you for being loyal customers. I know he doesn't really seem to ever really believe in this in any of his companies, but he talks about a good game about loyal customers, and so this would be one way to put his money where his mouth is. There aren't that many of us compared to where he says this is all going. I keep seeing headlines every time I open a browser about how he says you don't need to save for retirement for 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that would not.
He's not a fiduciary.
No, he's not. He's not. And definitely, I'm going to keep saving for retirement at least until such time arrives that he can be proven right.
If I don't need the money in 20 years, I'd rather have it and not need it.
That's a much better position to be in.
Yes, exactly. And so I can put up or shut up, Elon. Just we're loyal customers, right? Let's just have at it. We'll be
all right. Let's do a class action lawsuit. I don't have retirement money. It's Musk's fault.
Oh, that. Okay. I'm not a class action on this. He gave us a month. So
I based all of my financials on your tweet, and now you owe me.
right. The other part of this is that for those of us who've had it since the beginning, is you had a chance to watch this thing learn to crawl and run, and it's a really bad teenage driver. It's gotten better. It doesn't make the same dumb mistakes every time, and it's kind of, you get a little proud when you see it do the right thing in areas it used to struggle with.
Yes, that is kind of fun. It's like,
Digital Blade has a question. Do you think if you bought FSD supervised, will Tesla honor it when it becomes unsupervised? And my quick answer to that was, yeah, I think they're going to honor it.
I believe so too.
I think it's
contract. That's what they sold. And if the hardware is inadequate, you get free upgrades. I've already gotten one free upgrade from 2.5 to 3. Mm-hmm. And in my Y, I expect if it's required, I'll get an upgrade from AI4 to AI5. And I plan on keeping the Y for years. So I think it'll be well past the time when it actually is working. So yeah, we'll see.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, again, in the comments, let us know. Are you going to make that move? If you were eligible to do that, would you do it? So let us know.
Yeah, if I hadn't done it before now on this particular, 8-year-old car, I don't know that I'd will buy the full Monty right now. But I kind of want to make sure that I was in something with it locked in, like, scram out a standard range Model 3 or something. I don't know, just to make sure that I wasn't in the month to month.
Right.
Because I do keep them for a while.
Here's a comment from Lee. I think we're going to see limited unsupervised this year, but I'm probably stupid.
Not the stupid part, but the rest of it, I agree with.
Yeah, if you watched our 2026 predictions, that was one of the predictions, is that there will be limited unsupervised, and the prediction was it'll happen in the places where they have robotaxi service, because that's the areas that they have where they have autonomous vehicles sometime this year,
and where they would have the most confidence.
Exactly. Yeah. And you'll still have to be in the driver's seat, but you won't get nagged if you're not looking, if you're not on your phone or whatever. That it'll just let you do that until you leave said area, and then it'll alert to make sure you're paying attention again, and you'll go back to supervised mode.
Are we going to have to get the retrofit for the turquoise lights? Because I have a feeling that somebody will be on their phone in FSD supervised and get a ticket.
That's an interesting question. How will police know if you're a distracted driver or not driving?
Yeah, so my augment to the turquoise lights is just have an indicator in the cruiser, but it's looking like very much they're just going to make it so that everybody can tell all the time. And the new cars will have the turquoise lights, or they call it sea green or something like that, blue green. But the old ones, they're going to need a retrofit.
Has Tesla announced that they're going to do something like that?
Only Mercedes and
right.
Who is
means
it?
There's no national standard for it. There's no.
But Mercedes and the other one are pushing that to be the world standard, and they've opened it to look into it. We know this takes a while, and that they may change the color to purple by then. But
I think that an officer would not be able to make a judgment call besides just saying he saw somebody on the phone. That's all he can do.
Right.
He doesn't know whether it was in autonomous drive or not, or once he got him pulled over, they turned it into autonomous drive. There's no way to know. So that's going to be a serious issue that will continue to dog people if there's this in-between play happening.
And it's bad here in the States, but from what I understand, by you, Mark, that's not even considered an option. I don't know if they do it anyway, but
well, the rules haven't changed here, so it's strictly you are not allowed to have a device in your hand and be using it. It's just not allowed, regardless.
Yeah,
right. That's one advantage Zoox has. Vehicles have no steering wheel.
There's no one.
The driver's seat.
There's no one that's got the steering wheel in their hands in the Zoox. Yeah, exactly. So they just distribute a ticket evenly amongst the people that are in the cab.
I can see that happening.
4 people. Here's the ticket. You guys figure it out.
That gives all of us North Americans a bit of a problem until they resolve this, though.
Exactly.
One is this is straight up the monetary and the ambiguity. Should you take it to court, and then given the middle part of North America, it could be deadly, depending on how the interaction goes.
Yeah,
Future's
I think
exciting.
things obviously
No, I
have
don't
to
like that.
change once we get to the point where autonomous is an actual on the road all the time. There are rules
Eventually.
that will have to change.
Yeah.
As Casey mentioned, maybe there will be a light that will be required. Maybe it'll be something.
Yeah.
There's pros and cons with all of it, and
Oh,
we have not weighed into it at all at this point.
Yeah. So something like that, for the only times I've ever been pulled over, and how they all went down, would be something that would make me consider retrofitting that to the car. Should it come up? Like you saw me say, "Hey, I'm glad I don't got the PWS because it's stupid." But if I do get what was promised with FSD, and then there's the risk of any kind of danger to the family, then I would want to go ahead and get the lights. But I still wouldn't get the PWS.
Well, let's move on to the next because we've got quite a few things to touch upon this week. Next is the 7-seater has made its way back into the Tesla lineup for North America.
Did we call that? I think we called that.
We said eventually it will come. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But what a lot of people assumed just on the 7-seater arriving was that it was the Model YL, which it is not. It is just the regular Model Y, although I do understand there is a slight adjustment to those back seats to give you a slight amount more of legroom. And it is slight. So don't put your hopes up too high. If you said that the seats were unlivable in the past, you're not going to be able to fit an adult back there now. So it's something that you have to keep in mind. Obviously, as they start to show up in showrooms, if you have the want or need to get into a 7-passenger Y as it is, go take a look. But we have also said that we believe that the Model YL will eventually come to the US. It's probably going to roll out as the standard has now to different countries. Tesla's just kind of allowing it to release quarter by quarter. And I have a feeling that the Model L will arrive in the US. It just may not be to your timetable. So that really depends on what you're facing at this point if you're thinking about ordering.
Yeah. So now that they've done this, how long until we see a 7-seat Model YL?
Exactly.
Yeah, in fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they stopped selling this 7-seater when the YL comes and say, hey, if you want 7 seats, you have to get the longer version.
But the longer version's only 6 seats.
Remember, that's true.
It's captain chairs in the middle. So it won't be a 7-seater. It won't initially be a 7-seater. And of course, getting back to the back part of it is still going to be an issue if it was a 7-seater. So I have a feeling it's going to stay a 6-seater.
Interesting.
Yeah, that was one advantage to the Falcons is that you didn't have to dance around the 7-seat in any way to get to the rear. But they did already kind of have the where it tips forward and moves forward and remembers the position to go back to. On the old Model Y 7-seat. So it's going to be interesting to watch it unfold.
The Juniper Y is 1.5 inches longer than the 2023-4 Model Y. So you have an extra inch and a half. That's not going to buy you a whole lot of space.
No. And then the question remains whether or not you still have the power up down middle seats in the 7-seat. Has anyone been able to spot it yet?
No.
Okay. And then if they do have it and it has the tracks again like it had last time, how does the front seat behave when you do the power fold if the tracks are not all the way back or whatever is considered standard position?
Is the headrest going to bump into the front seat trying to go down? So all those things obviously are going to be.
I don't think it'll bump because right now it already moves the front seats out of the way and then puts them back. But will it just stop? If they still have power seats at all. Yeah.
Well, we'll have to see as they start to roll into the market because this was just announced this beginning of this week. Yeah. So we'll see as they start to arrive. Another few changes that are coming with the vehicle is that the the screen is going to get an upgrade to the 16-inch screen from the 15.4-inch screen. They are going
the standards. Yes.
Yeah, they are going to go with the dark headliner is going to be coming, and now there's even talk about the larger wheels moving from the silver color to, of course, a dark gray.
Yep. And in the places where it's happened, the dark headliner is standard, and the dark wheels are standard. You cannot get the silvers or the pale or the reflective, or it's just dark.
Yeah.
Yep.
So those type of things are happening with the Y. We've got a few more things about the Y, which I didn't group, but hey, I may as well cover them here since we're talking about the Y. Is that the Model Y standard arrived in Canada this week, where we've got now the ability to purchase it at just under 50,000 Canadian dollars. Which is slightly below the U.S. price if you're figuring based on current currency exchange rates. But again, there are many articles out there about what the standard includes compared to the regular or the premium they're now calling. So and there's also another level of Y that has not arrived in Canada yet, which of course would be the rear-wheel drive premium. So there are still things in flux that haven't happened. I know some people are waiting to get a certain car and they're weighing the numbers, and not all variants are here yet. So you kind of have to, again, determine what do you want to do? Do you want to wait? Can you wait? Based on the amount that it is charged in the US or the Europe, do you think that you should wait? Is the money going to make any or much of a difference to you? So all those kind of questions are out there. So as well, go ahead, Casey.
Lee pointed out that the configurator is open, and I noticed that the standard Model Y has a return of my color, diamond black.
Oh,
and it's still a premium option. Gotta pay extra for it.
It's amazing how many variants there are on the Model Y. It seems, I mean, it's the best-selling vehicle in the world, so it makes sense that they can afford to have a few more options so people can pick the one that best fits their needs. I don't think they've ever had this many options available with their other, whether you have premium or standard or long range or standard range or rear wheel or four wheel and all the combinations. Before there were limited packages, right? And now it's like you almost have the whole matrix almost.
Yeah.
An excellent segue, Patrick, because of course there's another story about Tesla introducing a new Model Y standard long range, this time in Europe. So we've got another variant of the Model Y with a slightly larger battery pack, which gives people I guess the range that they're after, possibly, depending on what they have to do with the vehicle. But it's something that's going to just give you that little bit more range, 657 kilometers of range on the WLPT list.
Okay, so the verbiage is back for my warranty, but the warranty itself is not. Battery and drive unit limited warranty, covered for 8 years, 120,000 miles, whichever comes first. But the title is battery and drive unit. Never mind, I might have read it too fast, but it sounded like it said unlimited warranty, and then it said 2 limits on it. Interesting.
Yeah. So there's
would that be the longest range Y that they make, Mark?
Right?
The only thing that throws me is the WLTP range.
Right, you can't trust those.
657 kilometers. I really don't know how that relates into EPA range. It's obviously higher than EPA range. We could run a quick calculation, maybe off air, and I could put it into our Twitter feed at the Tesla Life for later. But I believe if the article is stating is correct, it will be the longest range Model Y.
Yeah. And you guys use EPA but kilometers when it's not a Canadian manufacturer, right?
Yeah, we're using kilometers. Actually, typically Tesla will release the information in both miles and kilometers for Canadian customers. So we can look at what makes sense to us.
So I did go through, and everything that's not a standard has the dark headliner, and the standard has the looks like the leftovers of the gray, and I bet you that'll switch over too.
Yeah. So that's interesting. Again, a number of things are in flux here as the Model Y continues to ramp up, and these newer models are being added up to different lineups in different countries. But
yeah, Juniper's less than a year old, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And we're
just coming up on the 1 year anniversary. So it is something that is not surprising that it's taken this long. They've retrofitted a few factories, obviously, in different continents, and started to roll this out in actually 4 factories. So it's not a big surprise that it has taken this long, and will continue into 2026 as these new variants start to move from their initial launch zones, maybe to others, as we believe the Model YL will move to all the continents at some point. Next, another interesting story about growth. Mr. Supercharger, of course, will know this, that Firebaugh, California, is once again going to claim the world's largest supercharger.
Yeah. And you guys in Canada got the largest supercharger in Canada, just opened up at north of 44 stalls.
That's right. That's about to come the 23rd of January. Apparently that is going to open up in HS.
Uh-oh. Oh, every time they get him every time.
Lost.
You get you every time. You got tariffed.
But Firebaugh Ontario is quite an interesting story because, of course, they once held the title of the largest supercharger with 56 stalls, I believe it was. And then over time,
took it.
Others took that place, and eventually, we talked about Lost Hills a few weeks ago. They took the title of largest supercharger, but now Firebaugh has a planning permit in place where they're showing that they're going to bump that total. They're going to be adding superchargers to that site to push it up to over 304 exactly. So that will reclaim the title for Firebaugh. And what if they pass around a medal between the supercharging stations? The plaque of the largest supercharging station has to move again, but it's moving within California, and it's moving within that highly trafficked I-5 corridor. So
kind of cool if they had like one of the little placards at the top, and they bolted it down because somebody's going to steal it if it was just placed in the things. But if they bolted it down, and then you saw somebody, from the Tesla charging car pulls up and starts unbolting, you're like, oh boy.
Actually, if they have a plaque there, they should just leave it and just put an end date. Like we held it from this date to said date.
Yeah, that would be cool too. But them moving it would be like kind of a signal to the rest of us nerds that hey, they get in the car.
It's either being moved to a new one or someone stealing it, wearing a Tesla jacket. One of the other.
With a Tesla car, yeah. But also, so if it gets in the car and then doesn't head to the airport, then it's somewhere else in the continent. But if it goes to the airport, then oh boy. Who's getting it now? Yeah. But I like your guys' idea better, where they just put a start and end date, and then just give them little plaques like the 100,000-mile Volvo grill badge.
What's also interesting is that this is the first current supercharger that they're going to put in Tesla semi-chargers in.
Oh yes, that's right.
So they are going to receive 16 MegaChargers in a separate little area off of one of the roads that lead into the supercharger, and they've got the drive-through stalls that are angled for the rigs to easily come in and out with trailers. So this is one of the first that's on record. Might be the first that's actually built that will be a public charger, depending on how fast Firebaugh will get this new stuff installed and running.
I wonder if this is where they set the record when they were doing that video. You know, they hit the 1.21 megawatts, and then somebody said, "Oh, well, it must be nice to be at the factory." And then Dan Priestley said, "No, we're not at the factory for this."
It could have been. I mean, they're going to have to test it somewhere.
And it wasn't Pepsi because they only got 700 not megawatts. They only got 700 kilowatts.
Right.
So here's a drawing of the plan that was submitted for planning, and you can see the current supercharger over here, the addition of the number of regular car stalls, and then on the end here, and also bordering the site is the actual 16 MegaChargers for the Tesla Semi.
Okay.
Yeah, they're next to each other, but it looks like the trucks will have their own entrance and exit on the left side, whereas the cars are coming north. I see.
Probably still for the better, because some folks on road trips are just completely oblivious, and these folks on the 16 stalls are going to be, that's their job.
Yeah.
And they can't afford for somebody to stop and take pictures, or some kid to get out and start running around.
Exactly.
So it looks like they've got the trucks coming in from this road and turning into the stalls, and then they're exiting by this future development site of another 8 stalls that could be added in the future.
Nice.
And then out onto the road and back out to the main road.
Until they have sleepers, they're going to want to put some nice facilities in at the MegaCharge sites, because not only are they just as guaranteed as us to sit down and maybe spend some money, but the amount of time they're going to spend behind the wheel, it'd be sure nice to see a different
Exactly.
scenery.
And there is a supplemental drawing in light on here of what appears to be some buildings in this section, as well as some parkland in some other sections, and again future Tesla superchargers in other sections.
Excellent.
So
yeah, having a diner and a shower would be nice.
This Firebaugh site looks like it's going to expand exponentially as time goes along.
I think that they're in for a little bit of a captive market when they do get the sleepers. They could have like a service. You're on your way to the MegaCharge site. You've already ordered your meal and any snacks and accessories you want, and they could just have it. Optimus could bring it to you, or slot it in through through an access hatch.
Skates, of course.
There's nothing stopping it. But I think that would be kind of nice, because like, hey, you got one plug to plug in, so that's your shore power and everything, and then you don't need that stupid window thing. I mean, not stupid that that it's a good idea, but it's unnecessary with a shore connection.
Right. Yeah. The whole point was to not idle the diesel. And for a diesel truck, that's a solution that works. Here, you don't need that. It's
awesome.
Yeah.
Future is bright.
So
we'll have
to, now this of course is just planning at this point. We don't have any dates as to when they will be completed, but the way that the I-5 corridor is riddled with supercharger sites, and the speed at which they've gone up previously, I wouldn't be surprised if this is something that may be worked on this year.
Yeah. Kelman City, Harris Ranch. There's all kinds of Rancho Cucamonga. There's all kinds of stuff out there.
Yep.
And I have a feeling that as dialed in as they are with the V3 pluses over at Giga Buffalo, that once they streamline the programming for the V4 natives, that the MegaCharger sites will be just as fast to set up, because they're the same cabinets, same back ends. You're just changing the handle out.
Now, another thing I wanted to touch upon in this area was the size of the MegaChargers, the height of them. We commented last week that we believe that the MegaChargers and the V4 chargers that are out there for cars are of the same cabinet. Is that correct, Casey?
Yeah, that was based on what they had said last. That was the conclusion I came to.
Because I've since seen a video this week from Zangler, who's keeping track of the Tesla Semi factory that's being finished off currently in Sparks, Nevada. And there's a video of a construction worker walking in front of one of the charging stalls at iWest, as I like to call it, and it looked like the cabinet was above his head. So that cabinet should be about 5.5 feet, maybe 6 feet tall. And I wanted to ask Patrick in what he had seen in Wilsonville, if he could guesstimate how high the cabinet was for the V4s there.
Hold on.
Yeah, can you pull it up? Because I would have guessed 6 feet.
Okay.
Use freedom units.
I am going to my
meters.
And I'll have an order of freedom fries with your freedom units. Yes.
How many farlings and leagues was it? I don't know.
There we go. It's easier to see if I just put it in front of the camera. I'm looking for the photo.
So that's okay. So we're going to keep an eye on that because it would certainly make sense if the cabinet was the same, because you'd have less casting differences, you'd have less molds. It would make a lot of sense if they could actually be the same unit on the outside, even if some of the guts were different on the inside to facilitate a MegaCharger over a Supercharger. But
right, as long as they had good signage, cars over here, semis over there.
Yeah. And of course, once they get there, they're going to realize that triangle adapter does not fit into their car. So, what's the thing about a round peg in a square hole? You're going to have some trouble. But,
or you have a good bag of adapters.
You have a bag of adapters.
My bag of holding.
Yeah, and don't try that because you'll probably get fried. But that is interesting to see.
We just failed a handshake.
Or a trucker that needs to charge will bring a crowbar and suggest you move.
The other consideration here, not just the amount of molds they'll need for Tesla themselves. Don't forget about Tesla sells these stations now, both the MegaChargers and the V4s and the V3s, and so having just one for 4 classes of chargers would be quite sensible.
Yeah.
Economy of scale.
Just looking through my files because I moved them all around. I'm sorry.
So we'll keep an eye on that. But I thought that was kind of interesting watching the Zangler video. That the person walking in front of it looked about 6 feet high. If the average man is 5.5, 6 feet tall, somewhere in that range, it looked like the top of the cab or the top of the stall was in that range. Very good. Okay, next, little talk about Boring Company. We had mentioned about the Robovin in the past of what was showed to us at the iRobot gathering was that vehicle was rather large compared to tunnel sizes. We have had the update that they believe it would fit in an existing tunnel, but it would just be inches to spare on certain sides of the tunnel. And of course, if the tunnel turns at any point, you're going to shave a little bit more off of that. So the Las Vegas Loop was talking about their future expansion, the new link, the underground link to the. Oh, there we go.
Oh yeah, I was thinking, as you did that, I was thinking, let me just go to the picture with me and Moto in front of a V4.
Right. So
I was looking for the one from.
I remember. So for reference, I'm 178 centimeters. So you can do the math from there.
Okay, how many feet is that, Patrick?
5'10", 5'11".
5'10". Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. That's over 6 feet then. Well, there's probably a pedestal it was sitting on too. There's probably a concrete pedestal.
Yeah, but you would have been standing on that too, right, Patrick?
I don't know, because it
might have the shape of the charger.
Right. Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah, close. So there will be a question as the Las Vegas Loop talked a little bit about volume. Since CES is currently happening in Las Vegas or just getting over, you've got this question of volume, the number of people that are flowing through the system. And the Boring Company did make the the notation that yes, the RoboVan is being looked at as a vehicle that will be used in the tunnels when volume dictates it. So that may mean that the RoboVan may change size a little bit, since the model that they showcased, it's hand built. It can be modified, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
But it may be a little bit smaller in size, height, width, depth, to fit in the tunnels already, because we had talked about this. Is that going to be an issue? Are they going to have to start making tunnels that are a little bit larger, because the RoboVan is a bit larger? And as I say RoboVan, I mean RoboVan, but just playing along with the joke. So this was kind of interesting that that they have indicated that yes, they want the RoboVan in the tunnels based on volume routes, and that certainly made sense to us when it was revealed. And it looks like there may be some maneuvering of the size of the vehicle, but that's exactly what the Las Vegas Loop is looking for. And to be honest, I can't think of a better use of that, because of course Las Vegas during CES is a busy place.
Right.
They're moving thousands of people a day, and having a vehicle that maybe drops people off at the airport or picks up people at the airport is going to be a vehicle that's going to be in high demand, and there'll be a lot of people going to those exact same stops. So putting 5, 10, 15 people in a vehicle like this certainly would make sense.
Yeah, it's funny because this is the use case that people always think about when they say, oh, buses and trains are better. Well, it depends on the use case, right? And so the nice thing about the Boring Company is that when you do have a lot of people going to the same place, then you can use a larger capacity vehicle. And then the times when everybody's going their own way and we're not all, going to the same place, then you have point-to-point service in a vehicle that better fits the travel size of typical groups.
Yeah,
it makes a lot of sense. I still don't think we're going to see RoboVans on the road this year. But I don't think so either.
Be
wrong,
this year, no, not even close. Not even a prototype.
Yeah,
maybe the one they already showed us, but I don't think we're going to see anything new on that anytime soon.
No, I think you're right on that.
There's Casey.
There's me.
Yeah.
And Casey, how many feet are you?
I am also 178 centimeters.
Alrighty. So those cabinets are close to 6 feet even then.
Yeah, they're a little bit taller than 6 feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't, if they're on the pedestal and you're not.
Very good. So again, Las Vegas talked a little bit about the expansion. They talked about how they're starting with drop-offs. We talked last week about them having to wait for transponders to be added to Tesla vehicles. And as suspected, this is an airport requirement. All limos and rideshare vehicles that are on airport property must have a transponder that's working so that the airport authority can keep track of vehicles coming and going and waiting at the airport. So Tesla did start to receive those, and they have started to install them. So this should increase the amount of people that will be able to be dropped off at the airport, which is what they're starting with later this week. So that's a plus. And we've already seen some videos on the internet of people taking the Tesla vehicle from was it Encore? Not Encore. The casino that's at the end of the run beside the convention center. I can't think of the name. Resorts World. That's what it is. Yeah. There's people taking it from Resorts World, and the whole trip taking about 8 minutes. So very efficient when you don't have to deal with the above ground traffic, or a lot of the traffic lights disappear because, of course, the last 2 miles are on city streets as it gets into the airport currently.
Yeah.
Right, but you only have to deal with 2 miles of surface traffic instead of however many.
Yep.
10, 15, 20, who knows?
Exactly.
So Lee mentioned Ivana. Iona. Sorry, not Ivana. Iona, and
I don't
that
know
reminded me.
what is that? The charging network?
Yes, the other that was their competitor network to Superchargers at first, and then they all joined up. But there was a network that was just horribly mismanaged. I don't remember if it was public or private, and then they got a new leader, and they just decided they would just rip up all their old chargers and put in the Tesla turnkey chargers. So tangential, but it was related to the Iona. It was related to what we were just talking about with the supercharger housings there. So
Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out.
Yep.
Very good. Very good. Well, we compressed a lot of information into about 50 minutes so far. We do have a schedule to keep somewhat, so let's roll into shout outs for this evening. And of course, we thank everyone in the chat room that's joined us. If you haven't already, please give us a thumbs up on the video, press that subscribe button. It helps us out immensely. And with that said, Casey, what have you got for shout outs for us this evening?
You can catch us over at our Express shows for we got some specials coming up for our Expresses. So if you have your subscription bells hit, we'd appreciate that. You'll see this week coming up. And then on Sundays, you can catch me over at youtube.com/Casey Green, x.com/Casey Green. And we'll do Let's Chat with Casey and Friends at about 1:20 Eastern and p.m. And we'll have ourselves a blast there as well.
Very good. Patrick, any shout outs from you?
Oh, yeah. As always, I'm with the Oregon Electric Vehicle Association. You can find us at OEVA, and I blog at carswithcords.net. Today's story is about Donut Labs and this incredible announcement that they made at CES. I think they might be glazing over a few of the rules of physics. There might be a hole in Donut's story. If you like that, check it out at carswithcords.net. I've also got stuff on there about how the fossil fuel industry is an extractive industry. And not only do they know how to extract crude oil, they know how to extract public trust and government funds. One of them on there that I think Mark will like is I saw this meme that says the total material needed for the energy transition is less than we already mine for coal in a single year. And I was like, really? Is that true? So I have a breakdown of all the stuff that would need to be mined, how much of it needs to be mined. And you'll have to check and see if that holds true or not.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Patrick, of course, blogs quite a bit on carswithcords.net. Please check that out whenever you are on the internet and would like to be enlightened a little bit with a few subjects.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Casey.
Hopefully, the donut situation is just them keeping everything really close to the vest until they say they're ready and everything. So hopefully, the first customer is actually an OEM like or somebody like Monroe, and we find out right away. And hopefully, it's not
independent testing is what I want to see. Otherwise, it's all just vaporware as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, hopefully, it's not another case of vaporware and scamming or anything like that.
There's a story about the principal at Donut as well, about him doing something like this about a year ago with another industry. So it doesn't look good. There are some red flags on the play. We will see.
Yes.
We will see. With that said, thanks so much for joining us. If you haven't already, again, press that subscribe, help us out, and we will get together next time and find out what's happening in the Tesla life.
Stay positive, test negative.
Thanks, Lee Moon, for the music.